Alright, yeah, this is part two, talking about sort of the idea, like the basic concept around what I'm planning on doing. Yeah, I think, where was I before? I was talking about proof of concept. So sort of the crux of what I'm working with on the proof of concept style of things is basically going to be, I'm not going to scrimp on areas like pre-production and writing and filming and stuff like, well, actually filming I may scrimp on a little bit, but the majority of it is on pre-production and stuff, and with a side to just kind of getting something that's rough and ready, but it's a good example of what I want from what I want the final project to look like, basically. So with things like certain things with production value, like visual effects, stuff like that, and like a fully orchestrated score and all that sort of stuff, is that's going to be on the back burner in terms of what I'm hoping to achieve from it. So yeah, kind of getting the style of things across, and this will be with a sight to, when it comes to the crit and the final deadline, what I want to achieve from things is I want to take a look. I want to see gauge how the audience reacts to it, basically. So by having the captive audience of 30 people for a crit, I can kind of gather quite a good understanding of what people think of it, basically. Because this is the first time I've actually tried to write something that's actually meant to be funny. Like in its mission statement, I've decided I want to make a comedy, and that's going to be in itself new ground for me, I guess. I think it's more sort of scary as well, because having to, obviously, what I'm going to be doing is sitting there at the crit and saying, I think I'm funny, do you guys think I'm funny? And that's going to be, in itself, it's going to be quite uncomfortable, but that's why I've chosen to stick with this narrative for the specialist project, because if, fingers crossed, I get a really good reaction at the crit, then what it's going to mean for me is that I'm going to be able to feel more comfortable in my writing style and stuff like that, and be able to go further with it, and because I kind of safe in the knowledge that people do think that this is a funny idea and stuff like that, and then if I carry on with the same sort of tone and the language and stuff like that, but take it in new directions and be more adventurous with it, it's going to allow me a lot more scope, and I'm going to be more comfortable. I'm not going to be second guessing myself and stuff, which I can't afford to do on the extended major project. So yeah, that's kind of my general aims for the piece and stuff like that. As I mentioned before, the actual script, the actual narrative idea: three guys living in a house with their possessed housemate, Tony, who is going to get them up into all sorts of mischief and stuff like that. But the narrative for the proof of concept, what I'm planning on going for is the stuff that comes before. Like, Tony's not actually going to appear in these first in this project. He's just going to be, his presence will be felt, basically. It's just these three guys, Mark, Luke and Paul, named after the apostles, because that's a funny biblical joke, kind of reacting, and how they trying to get stuff across from their character when they've been put into this, I guess, high stress situation where they've been met with a very peculiar situation, I guess, all in all. So yeah, I guess my next blog post, I'll sort of talk about the script and stuff like that, and yeah, show you where it is, maybe do a little bit of a read through and stuff like that, so you can kind of see what's coming across and everything like that, and what I want from things. So until next time.